Բարի երեկո սիրելի բարեկամներ։ Այսօրվա մեր հյուրն է Kash for Congress, որ պիտի բացատրե մեզի ինչու կուզեինք US Congress-ի որպես տեխնացու լալ եւ այդ դիստրիկտը բանը լավ որ մեզի համար շատ կարեւոր է, այսինքն հայ քաղաքին համար շատ կարեւոր է։ Welcome.
Thank you.
I just did an introduction in Armenian, so I hope you didn't object to that.
Merci.
Merci. So, just define yourself, first of all, who you are. I mean, why you're in it for this race, let's say.
Well, my name is Meshal Kash, Kashifalghita, and I'm running for the 32nd Congressional District.
Now, what district that is, just for our audience's sake, which area that covers?
This area covers from Laverne west to Monrovia, and then south to La Puente. So it covers the general San Gabriel Valley.
Is in San Gabriel Valley, east of Los Angeles, so to
East
speak.
of Los Angeles,
Yeah,
correct.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Still within the county.
Within the county of LA.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What made you decide to run for public office, let's say?
Well, I've served this country for over 2 decades in military and in law enforcement. And one of the things I've seen that this country needs change at all levels, especially in Congress. Because we'd be able to need to help the people, America for all. So for me, when I've seen that my mother, a couple of years ago this day, passed away from cancer, I wasn't able to help her. I wasn't able to take her to different hospitals to get a different point of view from the doctors. So I knew that there was needed to be changes in this government, especially in healthcare. That was one of them.
So you think being in Congress, you'll be able to help our healthcare system, change our healthcare system?
We have to. I lost my mother. And I understand that. But her loss, I can use now to help many people and how they can be able to get some help. Because you have to be able to not just go to one doctor, go to many. And this is just one of the reasons why. But my service for this country, I've served for over 2 decades. I'm a combat veteran in the military, in the Army. And so one thing that we all share is America. The one idea is America is for all.
So you believe this bigger tent, which
Absolutely.
is America, that will serve everyone within
Yes.
your district,
Yes.
as well as everybody in this county.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what is your background? You were in the military, you said, as a reserve currently,
So
as well as police officer or a cop?
So what I do for a living, basically, I've been in law enforcement for over 20 years. Unilaterally, I've been in the military. I'm currently a major in the United States Army Reserve. So I've had my length of service to the community and the nation exceeds over 2 decades.
So what make you all of a sudden decide to run for Congress? I mean, usually people run, let's say, for assembly,
Sure.
maybe some other position, maybe city council,
Right.
step by step, and you get to Congress. But all of a sudden you decided to run for pretty high position.
Well, I mean, in growing up and educated, being an immigrant, I didn't know there was steps in life.
I see.
Right.
So you want to get to the top,
So
like
well,
any immigrant.
Well, just like anybody else, have the opportunity. Like I explained, opportunity, luck. If you want to be lucky, is having the opportunity and preparation. Right. Opportunity is there to run for Congress, and why not run for that and serve our great nation? Why not serve? Have that opportunity. So if you want to serve at the local level, I've served. Not just that. In law enforcement, I was the union president for the whole state in my job. So I was able to handle on the state political level. To understand that. I've had a good grasp on that for years. But now I want to take it to the federal level to be able to help not just the members that were in my union, but even to help those in my district.
What are the main differences between you and the incumbent? I mean, why change the incumbent? People are going to say, okay, the congresswoman been there 20 years or so.
Sure.
Why at this stage we need to change her?
Well,
with someone who has no experience.
Sure. But in life gives you great experiences, wouldn't you say?
Of course I would say that.
And we always need effective leaders. We need, amongst many, one. Having one to serve not just the people of our nation, to be their voice, to take it to Congress. Yes, she might have been done now, but it's time for a change. Let's see what somebody else can do.
Exactly. You're saying it's time for a change, which resonates with people.
Sure.
I mean, let's give this guy a chance, as opposed to this lady been there many, many years. Have you put together a platform? I mean, what are the issues that you care? or your district cares that you're going to run?
Well,
Besides healthcare, which you
besides
mentioned.
healthcare, when we talk about platforms, we're talking about a conglomerate of so many different issues that there might be, right? That I may champion. But most importantly, we want to see what people have that they're concerned about. And when talking to them in the district that I've seen they're concerned about education. They're concerned about retirement security for seniors. They're concerned about the environment.
Well, what about Social Security?
Well, not just Social Security. They're also concerned about veteran issues. So Social Security, to answer your question, is that is it going to be around?
That's a good question.
Is it going to be around when
Because
people
I've been
retire?
paying to the system now for 30 years,
Right.
since I was 20 years old. So is it going to stay around?
Absolutely.
When I retire in 10 years or so.
Because I intend to keep that same promise that was given to them. I don't intend to change any of that. People deserve a dignified retirement when they get older. I think we're all going to get older. I'm hoping at some point.
Many years from
Many
now.
years from now,
Not
we're all going
now.
to get older. Absolutely. And having the ability to at least know that the promise that was given to me, that there will be a retirement for me, a dignified retirement, it needs to be kept. And I don't intend to change any of that.
What are some of the other local issues in your district that are, besides healthcare, retirement, that people talk about? When you go in your district and you talk
Sure.
to various people, what do they say to you?
Well, several of them, they're veterans like myself. And I understand a lot of veteran issues when they come back out of active duty, or some that have served, they're still looking for housing or looking for employment, right, to provide for their family, basic needs. See, in our service to our country, when we serve, we provide to our families. So it's expected that after we serve for 20 plus years and we get out on active duty, we'd like to continue that service to our nation, but providing at least some sort of employment and housing to our families.
So you're saying when the veterans come from active duty, they can't find employment,
no.
they can't find housing?
No.
So there's
So you talk about housing. Housing is a huge issue here in California. So how somebody can afford it to at least not have a job to get to pay for the median price of home for over $450,000.
I think it's a lot more higher than that. In the LA County, I think it's close to 600,000.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about LA County as a whole, I mean, you got certain areas that are not as much.
Right. Let's take some of the national issues. Do you favor us being in different wars in Middle East, like Iraq or in Syria or other hot spots that Trump is trying to get us out? Let's say recently from Syria, he's pulling the troops out and basically, walking out on our allies, the Kurds, literally giving them to the Turks to come and slaughter them.
Well, no service member wants any war, but we will defend our country. We don't intend to serve to say that we're going to go to war. So I don't.
So you don't believe as a military guy, and I talk to many military people, they just don't. Even though they're military, their job is to defend the country, but
Yes.
they don't believe in wars.
I stand to defend our country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And if it means that we need to go to war, then that's something that we need to do. Then we serve our
We will
country.
defend ourselves,
Absolutely.
but we will not be the aggressors.
No, that's not our job.
That's not our job to. And the army and the armed forces has to defend the country. Okay. So, do you favor what Trump is doing, getting us out of, to Syria?
Well, I mean, anytime there's innocent people involved in this, it pulls on the heartstrings of our American people, right? Because we see it on TV and we're very compassionate.
Of course, as a country.
As a country.
Of course.
We don't like to see people suffer.
Of course not.
So I don't agree with seeing people suffer, but what can we do to fix that? We have issues here at home we need to fix first. Let's talk about the things that we need to fix
We're
here.
going to take a break. Once we come back, we're going to talk about some of these local issues and your campaign.
Thank you.
I mean, I want to discuss in detail what's your campaign, what you're trying to do, and some local issues that we have. So we'll take a short break and we'll come back. We'll discuss these issues.
Great, thank you.
Սերի պայգամներ գաչ թաթարմը բիդարնենք և բիդի վերատանակ մեր հայդակրին։ Սիրելի պայմաններ, այսօրվա մեր հայդակիրն է կոնգրեսի մասին եւ կոնգրեսի աշխատանքի, որ Kash, որ 32-րդ դիստրիկեն որպես տեխնացու է, հիմա այդ մասին պիտի զրուցենք more. Kash, just before the break, we were talking about various issues in your district and so forth. Let's talk about your campaign. Did you put together a campaign team as well as staff and everything?
Absolutely.
So
I
it's
have a great staff.
great.
Staff is just as passionate as me.
What is the main issues that you're running, in your district?
Well, we have several issues. And I explained earlier in the forum, we have issues with healthcare we'd like to work on fixing. I believe everyone deserves healthcare, affordable healthcare at that. We can't fix out the total problems that's gone long term that's been affected, but at least we want to be able to provide affordable healthcare for all, right? Another issue that I talk about is veterans, providing veteran services, enhancing it with the VA, because there's just not enough clinics out there to support them. There's not enough resources to provide our veterans that are coming back from service or that have served their country.
Isn't the main issue in your district is, kind of stagnant leadership, right? I mean, the current congresswoman been there for many, many years. She's, maybe, let me say it myself, 84 years old, or been served the country, served the Congress, but it's time for a change, right? At this stage, it's really time for a change. Do you agree with that?
I think she's did a great job. She's done an amazing job. And what I'd like to do is take that torch, make it brighter, and carry it on.
Okay. So that's a positive.
Absolutely.
You want to run a very positive campaign.
Yeah, absolutely.
And make a transition, so to speak.
Yeah, make a great transition to happen, to be able to help the people. Just get some new blood in there.
Right.
Just some new ideas, new thinking, and just different type of leadership.
Okay. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about the Armenian issues, which I care, and as an Armenian American. What is your understanding of our community as a I know you're active member of the armed services, you serve the country. We as Armenian Americans, obviously our main issue, which just came, very recently, is the recognition of the Armenian genocide which is pretty bipartisan basis from U.S. House of Representatives, been just recently passed.
Yes. So I'm going to take you back to when I was a child, and I grew up in the Armenian community in Baghdad, Iraq. And my brothers and sisters that were around me, that continuously gave me something that educated me.
And they were probably survivors of the Armenian genocide.
Their families were.
They came from
families
Turkey
were.
too.
Their families were.
Yeah. Probably.
Absolutely, their families were. So I understand in the American Armenian community, or this American Armenian community, it's the Middle East Armenian community, the Armenian community as a whole, for me, what I've seen was based on churches, based on schools, based on community service, and the community centers that they provide the service for.
Families and
families.
Our
And
belief.
Absolutely. So as I immigrated here, and we all rallied together and seen each other.
So you go back all the way to your childhood.
Absolutely.
Being member of our community.
Being a member of the community and being part of it. These are my brothers and sisters who have shared stories with me of 1.5 million people that were murdered from April 24th, 1915 to 1923. We need to hold somebody accountable for this. And I hear their stories and very, very passionate about it.
Even 100 years later,
100 years
people
later,
are very passionate about it,
Yeah, absolutely. 1.5 million were murdered in the genocide. And the remainder was just spread throughout the whole world. But now, even being an immigrant and coming here and seeing some of the same people that I grew up with in Baghdad, that I came here to America.
So you see some of your friends.
Absolutely.
That they moved to the United States.
Yes, these are businessmen, these are doctors, these are lawyers, these are military professionals, these are law enforcement, these are public servants. So to see that, and see that in the same communities that still have the same emphasis and foundation. The church, I still see the same church.
That's the basis.
It's beautiful.
Church is the basis of
yes,
our
faith.
Nation, faith.
Yes.
We didn't survive 2,000 years without our church, obviously. So that's been our basis of our survival.
And my kids go to Christian schools. So I understand that basic foundation. That's why I love it so much.
let's go back to your campaign and what your team. When you go around, you talk to various people in the community in various forums.
Yes.
What are some of the things you hear from them?
I,
What are their concerns? What do they say to you? Oh, Kash, run. We need a new leader. We need this. We need that. I mean, what do they say? Is it positive, been your rallies?
It's all been positive. I bring in a positive attitude everywhere I go. And I want to, in talking to people, I want to reaching out to them. Their concerns are very important to me. And I tell them, I'm here because your concerns are important.
Because you're going to serve them.
I'm going to serve you.
You're going to serve the people in your district.
Absolutely. I've served this country. I've served the community. Now I want to serve you. So give me that chance.
Yeah, give me
and
that
let me
chance,
be your voice.
right.
And let me be your voice in Washington.
And it's been positive so far?
Very positive. Extremely positive. And I'm blessed and happy to hear it.
And there's
Everywhere I
only
go.
two, as you said earlier.
Yes.
It's you and the current congresswoman.
Yes.
There's no other candidates running for that office.
At this time, I haven't seen it.
Okay. When is the primaries?
Primary's going to be March 3rd.
So
2020.
we moved the primaries from June to March.
March,
Okay.
yes.
And if you were successful in that,
God willing, yes.
you're going to go into the general election.
Absolutely.
But the district what is the composition of the district, just for our own understanding?
Well,
Is it Democratic district, right?
It's a Democratic, and it has a percentages of Republicans that are there. But great.
There's no Republicans running in that district?
Well, not that I know of. But
Okay.
but I'm here to service all.
Of course.
I'm here to service. Like I tell people, this is not an independent America. This is not a Republican America. This is not a Democratic America. This is the United States of America, and America is for all. And I'm here to service all of them. So I ask for that chance.
You're asking everyone in your district to vote for you,
Absolutely.
regardless of their party affiliations
Absolutely.
and so forth.
This is America. We all believe in it. In one America. And it's for all. So let's see what we can do.
What would you do if you're given that chance to be a congressman from the 32nd district? What would you do when you move to Washington?
Well, definitely moving to Washington, I hold true to what I have told people. I am here to listen.
So whatever you promise, you're going to deliver.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not here to say I'm going to be in Congress forever. I'm here to tell you, listen, give me the chance for the term that I have. Let me hear what you have to say. Let me take that voice. Let me take it to D.C. And let me prove what I've said is true.
Do you have other aspirations to be maybe a senator or a governor maybe?
You
I'm
know,
just curious because you speak so well, passionate about the issues. So is this like a stepping stone to another higher position, or you'll be happy and satisfied to be in Congress?
You know, after I lost my mother, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to be healthy. I'm happy to have my family. I'm happy to have my friends. I'm happy to meet you.
Oh,
I'm
my
happy
pleasure.
to meet you. And
I'm happy to meet you too.
My entire life, they told me no. No, you're not going to come to America. No, you're not going to get
So you never
education.
took no for an answer.
No.
Basically, you said we can do it.
Yes, we can do it.
We can do it.
Let us try to serve. I've been in public service since 1994. I was a young police cadet in a small city.
Where did you go to school?
Oh, well, I went to, at that time, I went to Bonita High School. When I
Okay.
first came, I went to Bonita High School. From there, I went to Cal State Fullerton.
Okay.
And then
Local.
Yes, I was local. I enlisted in the Army. I was a specialist rank after that. And then I went to Claremont McKenna College. I was working on my master's. And I was in the ROTC program so I could commission as an officer.
Oh, that's how you end up an officer. I got
Yes.
it.
And then from there, I went to Abraham Lincoln University School of Law.
Perfect. We're gonna take a short break, and when we come back, we'll finalize it, and we'll take your vision
Thank you.
as a future congressman. Hopefully, we'll wrap it up at that positive note.
God willing.
Սիրելի պայգամներ, գաչ թաթարմը պիտի առնենք եւ պիտի վերաթարենք մեր հայդակրին։ Սիրելի պայգամներ, այսօրվա մեր հյուրն է Kash for Congress, Baron Kash-ը որպես տեխնացու 33-րդ դիստրիկտեն US Congress-ի։ We were talking about the various issues that in your district, and you're passionate. I mean, I see it. You're very passionate about it. Is there other issues of employment and others in your various cities that you have? Do you have any idea what their unemployment rate been? I mean, thank God our unemployment been very low in this country as well as in California. Employments are rising. It's a good positive. Economy been good. But did your district benefited from all these positive steps that is happening in the nation?
Well, our district does benefit from a lower percentage of unemployment, like any other district. What I've seen in some of the issues people talk about regarding their education, when people graduate from college, and graduating from universities like myself, it's they're in debt.
Of course,
they're in debt.
Big college loans and this and that they need to pay after they graduate.
Exactly. And so what I've been seeing.
What about incomes? I mean, incomes hasn't risen, even though there's good employment and lower unemployment rates, but the income levels did not rise as expected.
Well, the income levels hasn't gone to even match for the housing, to pay your mortgage, for rent. It's so high. So when the people are not making the full, just making only part-time pay.
Jobs, yeah.
Part-time jobs, part-time pay, the minimum income is
the housing expensive in your district?
Yes, it is. In LA County as a whole, it's expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you talk about the housing, that you see, it's like a domino effect that I've seen. And what do I mean that's domino effect? So mom and dad, or in some cases just a single parent, are working so hard to pay the rent, or to pay the mortgage, that we're missing out on family time. We're missing out on education.
Mom and dad are working.
Mom and dad are working.
Both of them are out
Absolutely.
working, and the kids are suffering.
Kids are suffering. We're missing out on the family time, or the family, or the parents that are working, and those that are even working trying to pay for. are missing out on continuing their education. So further in their career, so they can get paid higher paying jobs. We're missing out on higher paying jobs.
What would you do to improve that? You're going to say, you're going to be my congressman. How could you help me?
Well,
get me a better job or get me better income?
Now, I'm here to fix things. I want to be able to fix that systematic problem that we have. But I want to be able to at least get to some folks to understand that this is just a problem nationwide. We need to fix it on the district level. We need to working on not just in the district, but nationally.
You'll be in Congress where the majority are Democrats, right? I mean, if the trend continues and the elections and the Senate is on the Republican side, and next year we have presidential elections. If everything works on the Democratic side, can you make some positive contribution and make things change?
Absolutely.
As opposed to the way it is now, Senate is on the Senate as well as the presidency with the Republicans and the House being with the Democrats.
I'm here to make a positive change.
Regardless how it works out.
We got to do what's right.
So your team as a campaign is a positive change, positive approach.
Positive attitude, positive change, and motivation.
Motivation to your district.
Absolutely.
When you go and meet the people in your district, I mean, what do they say to you? Hey, great, Kash, go. I mean, that's a positive attitude, or they're reserved, or, I just want to hear some of their feedback.
So some of the feedback that we've been getting, we get some of those.
Right.
We get from all different styles. Some are really concerned about the safety.
Public safety.
Public safety. Some are concerned about
school safety.
School safety.
I mean, it was another shooting today, unfortunately,
and we
in our schools.
We've increased these drills in these schools. We went from earthquake drill to fire drill to now we're doing active shooter drill.
That's sad that we have to get to that stage.
That's sad. This is America, that we now have to provide more drills for our children. What's next? What's next?
I mean, my daughter this morning, she was scared, even though she goes to private school. Came to me at 7:30 this morning. Dad, there's another shooting. Am I okay to go to school? I said, yes, baby, you're okay to go. I mean, really affect the children. And my daughter is 9 years old, and she was concerned.
How did it affect you after you dropped her off and left?
I mean, I was thinking all day about her, what she said. It is a I mean, safety, as you said,
Safety.
public safety is a major concern to people.
Absolutely.
And safety in the schools. I mean, I hate to see us having police officers in every school with guns trying to protect the students.
More and more, there are public safety officers that are in the schools, but now do we have to equip them more? Do we need more officers? Do we need to have this constant fear every time you drop off your children and they go to school?
Right. I mean, unfortunately, that's what it's. I mean, this is not the first time. I mean, many times. I mean,
Do we need more metal detectors? What is it? How are we going to continue?
How did our society get to this level? That's the key question.
Why did we get to this level?
Exactly. Why?
Why?
That's something I don't know. I mean, I should
can't-
ask you that question.
We got to this level.
Can you
because
stop
fear.
that? Make people safe. That's the main issue.
My job is to work tirelessly and endlessly to make people safe, to provide them the shelter, to provide them the safety, and to provide and put food on the table for the families.
Which is a great team.
That's all we're trying to do.
Economic levels and
Yes.
safety. And if you're safe, you can have food. I mean, those are the basic things people need.
You can live.
You can live.
You can live.
And healthcare obviously is an issue that dear to you.
Yes.
Because of your late, mother's.
Healthcare is an issue. Veteran benefits are an issue. Retirement security is an issue. Education is an issue. Clean air and water is an issue.
Of course.
These are the issues that people have talked about when I everywhere I go. I knock on every door, go to every business, and seeing and talking to people and hearing what the issues that they have.
So how is your day-to-day work? I mean, you're no longer a police officer. You're just going campaigning now, or you took time off to do that. I mean, it's a full-time job to go and campaign.
I always say behind every strong man is a strong woman.
Okay.
So
this is a family business.
Yes. So I appreciate my wife, I'm married. My wife Nancy and my 2 kids. So she helps out a lot with that. I still work full time.
You still
I'm a
do
law
a
enforcement
full-time
officer.
job.
I'm a special agent, and so I work full time. And then when I'm off work,
You
I
campaign.
on the weekends. If I'm not in my military my weekend, I campaign. But I still
My
campaign at
goodness.
night.
So you're doing 3 jobs basically. Your active employment, your military reserve, as well as campaigning.
If you have the drive, you have the ambition, let's go forward. What's to stop us? This is a country that is a shining beacon to many immigrants that come. To have the opportunity, you could be anybody you want to be.
Of course.
I just can't be the U.S. president. I wasn't born here.
Me too. I have the same issue.
You could be
I can't
anybody
be
you wanna
anything else except being a president because that's the Constitution says that.
If you wanted to be a pilot tomorrow, you could be a pilot. If you want to be a doctor tomorrow, you could be a doctor. You're not held by anything else.
No. That's what the beauty about the country.
Absolutely.
So you have a deep love to this country which you adopted
Absolutely.
and became a citizen
Yes.
like I did
Yes.
many years ago.
Yes.
And we love the country. We have
Yes.
a great passion for the country.
Yes.
It's been good to us as immigrants.
Yes.
What do you think of our immigration policy, the way Trump is, that opens the question, trying to limit, trying to kick people out and this and that, put wall, so to speak, not get people in.
I'm not here to build any walls.
So you're opposed to any
I'm not
wall.
here to build any walls. But we need to fix this. We need to fix this immigration problem.
So you want people to come legally?
I want people to come here legal, but at the same time, we shouldn't have, we have this system that has people waiting for years for an opportunity to come to this country, or years for opportunity to fix their immigration status. I mean, how is it that you want to spend billions of dollars on a wall when we could use some of that money to hire more judges, to fix the systematic problem of immigration? This is just one idea. Mm-hmm. So why can't we change the course?
So you don't believe what Trump is saying, putting a wall and letting people into this country, right? You want them to come to this country, have them have jobs and employment and be part of the society.
Give back. We all gave back. Every immigrant that's come to this country has given back of some sort. Maybe they didn't serve in the United States Army, but they served their community.
Of course.
Maybe they got their education, became doctors. Maybe became lawyers. Maybe become public servants. Maybe became businessmen and hired many people.
Of course. I mean, you can serve in different
You
ways.
can serve so many different ways. So why are we putting a barrier in front of that?
So, as a final thought, if you say, why should I give my vote to you? How would you describe that? How would you put it together in a nutshell to anyone in your district who want to vote for you?
I want people to vote for me, but to vote for someone who, like myself, who's a leader, a proven leader, one that wants an opportunity to serve. Give me that chance. I haven't failed my family. I haven't failed this country, and I haven't failed my department that I work for, nor the people in the community that I serve. So I'm asking for that opportunity to continue that service.
So you're asking people in your district, give me that chance.
Give me the chance.
Let me serve you.
Yes.
Let me be your representative.
Yes.
And this is what I want to do
Absolutely.
for you. You're going to serve them.
God willing.
And that's the best you can ask for, right?
That's all you can ask for.
You can ask for it. Okay. Anything else you want to add? I mean, we really enjoyed the conversation. We're at the end.
I appreciate it. I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate this. I appreciate the fact that you give me this platform to speak on.
Sure. I believe in giving people a chance.
Yes, thank you very much.
We believe having young people, having new faces, new
faces.
blood.
Yeah.
That's
what we need. We need the new faces. We need the new blood. We need those that want
it's
to
time for a
aspire.
change after somebody been there 20-odd some years and 84 years old.
We just need a little change.
That
like you said.
resonates with people. It's very simple. I mean, people take simple things as opposed to very complex. I mean, not everybody has that computer mind.
Right.
But simple things people will understand that there's time for a change.
Absolutely.
And we wish you well.
Thank you.
We wish you success, and
Merci.
hopefully you'll come back again after you win the election, and we'll have another conversation.
God willing.
Okay, great. Thank you so
Still
much.
be there to listen to you.
Thank you so much. Սեր պայգամներ ասեվող պագեք մեր հայդակիրը մենք հաջողություն կմաղթենք բարոն Քաշին, որ առաջիկա ընդրություններուն ընդրվի 32-րդ դիստրիկտի որպես US congressman. Գիշեր բարի։